been running into this thing a lot on the ladder recently, where I play against Terrans, and they are doing this mech opener, or it looks like a mech opener, where they make Hellions and Cyclones. I guess you might be able to transition it into Bio 2, but it's been making me make a Roach Warren a lot more against Terrans. Because if they just come in with a bunch of Hellions and Hellbats and you have just Zerglings, you're going to die. So I'm doing my standard opener here. This map's really big, so I don't really think I'm going to get attacked early. Although sometimes that makes the map the best one to do early aggression on. Sometimes I do play cheeses on this map. Especially I take my opponent's third base a lot of the time and make roaches there and just go right into them. Because it is such a large map, people are expecting to play a macro game. And so even though the map isn't ideally set up for that because the distance is so far that you have to walk to get to the other base, the strategy actually can work because you are doing something that's unexpected. Okay, so it's my just super standard hatch gas pull opening. I'm trying to go over here. Okay, I don't see a base down for my opponent. See one Marine. That doesn't tell me a whole lot. See the Reaper. Again, that's all very normal. But I would like to know more about what's going on with them not having a base here. I'm concerned I'm going to get attacked now. So that means I need more Queens. I need a Roach Warren. I got Overlord speed started up here so that I can go back and check what my opponent is actually doing. I'm thinking, okay, this might be an early attack because I didn't see the base already down when I got over there. Sending my Zerglings across the map. I don't know if you caught that on the mini-map, but they have to walk a long way across this map because they have to go all the way this way and that with like zig and zag to get there because of the way the rocks are set up.
A new queen has emerged. Evolution complete.
So I still don't know what my opponent is doing yet. But I should be checking that momentarily to see what's going on. My Zerglings up here. Okay, a couple Hellions, Marine. This looks like it's just some Hellions with some bio. Got the Evolution Chamber and the Roach Warren put down. Get the plus armor, I want to say, on the Evolution Chamber because against Terran they have a whole bunch of units that deal damage quickly, but each shot deals a small amount of damage, so every armor you have is reducing their damage output by quite a lot.
Our forces are under attack.
Alright, there's still those Hellions. I just want to make some roaches to stay safe. I do have an Overlord on one of the attack paths that units can come down over here, as well as some over here in the corner looking for medevacs. Yeah, and then I have the one out in front of between my natural and my third that spotted those Hellions going by. Fortunately, there's nothing really at my third base right now. So yeah, the Hellions get over there, didn't accomplish anything. And I have roaches here and queens to be able to keep them from running into my main and natural. Make some Ravagers with the thought, okay, well if they did end up making any of the other mech units, that they'll be better. But it turns out they're just actually making bio units, which I just see now with that Overlord that's still hanging out by their natural. So okay, the Ravagers are still useful to fight a positional battle, but they're not as necessary as they are against certain less mobile mech units like the tank or the Cyclone.
You're under attack. Siege up.
So I'm just making units here to make sure I don't die, but I'm still trying to squeeze out workers when I feel like it's safe. My opponent just saw my army and backed up. I still see things coming across the map because I have Overlords in several spots out there, and my opponent's never made a Viking or told their Marines to attack move or whatever. Just don't have any workers at my third yet, which is okay, because I don't want them to die in a Hellion run by. At some point, though, I do need to actually put workers down there, but here's the push I was concerned was coming, and they do. They have Hellbats, and then they have Bio. So they didn't actually go for any more mech stuff, just the armory to get the Hellbats. You need the armory to get +2 for your Bio anyway. So that lines up pretty well for them. But I have an appropriate army to deal with this. So I don't want to chase them off creep. I see that they still don't have a third base. Just got their natural down relatively recently. I'm fairly certain I'm ahead on that front, economically. Yeah, 42 to 28 on the workers in my favor. So the longer it goes on like this, the better it is for me. I get a little bit of a surround here with the Bio, but there's enough Hellbats that it's rough to send Zerglings into them. But the Roaches and Ravages clean things up too. At this point I'm feeling like, okay, I think my opponent's army is small enough I can make a few more workers here. I don't think they can immediately punish me.
A new queen has emerged.
I'm still making more queens. Like, they're just a really good defensive unit, and creep spread's very good. I need to get more in the habit of spreading it. Had that long layoff, losing some of my mechanics from that. It's definitely another very noticeable thing to me here. Just started Baneling speed 8 minutes into the game. It's alright. At this point I go, okay, I think I'm just going to go up to a hive and play the late game if needed. Gonna see if this attack can win the game first, though. But I need some of my speed upgrades to be done. Ideally, +1 attack would also finish before I engage. But I'm standing all the way on my opponent's side of the map with this army, because I keep seeing them leave their base with just a ground force, so not super concerned about defending at home, although maybe I should be, because all it takes is one medevac full of Marauders and Marines to be a problem if you don't have literally any defense at home. 2 queens is not going to stop that. Go up here to see what's going on with my opponent, see if there's a third or if I just missed that. Nope, there really isn't. This Overlord already sees that there's no not the other third. They could be hiding a base in the corner, I suppose. I probably should go check that, but I did not. Okay, up here engage. Okay, it's still Bio with Hellions, or I guess have been transformed into Hellbats at this point, but get up here. My opponent runs past the Biles because I disengage.
Mineral field depleted.
I am concerned now. That was a big Bio force, so I could die to a counterattack, I'm pretty sure here. But I'm just keeping making upgrades, making more units, making some Hydralisks, so if there are medevacs, they can get shot down. At some point in this, I did end up making a 4th base, but not actually any workers for it. So I keep hitting supply blocks. I'm supply blocked way too frequently this game.
We must spawn more overlords.
Oh, here's that next Bio push. So I just do my best to force them to fight into me into my concave, and then just keep adding more units. See, I'm doing base management stuff while the fight's going on. That's definitely the correct way to do it, is Zerg. Worry about having all the stuff at your base done properly first, and only then watch the fight if you've got that all done. Like, see over here where I don't have my inject hit? Nope, still not hitting it. Okay.
A new queen has emerged.
But ideally, you have all your injects hit before you ever look at the fight. So I go up here thinking, okay, I have a big scary army, let's deal with this. File down those SCVs that are repairing the bunker. Just get up here in the Terran's face. Got a little bit into their concave there, which is not quite ideal. But at this point I'm thinking, well, I have 4 bases tier 2 still. So even if I take not super cost efficient exchanges, it's okay.
Your forces are taking damage.
See all my reinforcing Zerglings coming across the map, but I decide, okay, this is not actually winning right this second, so let's back up, regroup. Actually make some Banelings, because there's still a lot of bio there. I'm still grouping up in my opponent's face, you know, not very far away from their natural expansion. Go check out, okay, still no third apparently.
You're engaging the opponent.
But I lost track of these medevacs I had seen earlier. And they get over here, and because my army's all out on the map, they just get to snipe this hatch down for free. I make the mistake of engaging with these drones when I should just immediately run them to my 4th. But eventually I do end up having to bring my army back to deal with this.
Mutation complete. So creative.
I just did start a hive, so I'll be able to transition to later game units. I really should start Aspire at the same time as I do that. This is again just being out of practice. Because that way you can either make an Ultralisk Cavern or a Greater Spire when the hive finishes to go to whichever late game tech unit you want. How did I do this so badly with the Banelings? Just trying to open up more of the map to be able to attack across it more quickly instead of having to walk all the way around all the time like I've been doing so far. Still making units, trying to just get out there and see what my opponent is doing again. See, I have this hive, but I'm not actually doing anything with it yet. Like, I should at least be getting the adrenal glands for the Zerglings to make them attack faster. Otherwise, why did I even get a hive? I'm not getting +3 attack. Like, so this is definitely could use some cleanup in the future. There's adrenal glands finally started. So the Zerglings, once that's done, they attack 40% faster. If I'm engaging right now for some reason, even though I just started these long-term upgrades, I'm like, well, I think my opponent actually doesn't have anything, so let me just attack and see if that does anything. And yeah, it ends up they never actually did get anything past those first 2 bases. Just really a super weird one. My tech was not lined up to actually do anything this game. So this is one of those things I got back in the habit of actually having a plan and doing it.